I'm an illustration student at university in London, and for this week's live drawing session, we went to the London Zoo to draw live animals. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the sketches I did once I came back. So I did 5 pages at the zoo first, and I'll flip through those at the end of the video. But yeah, I'm going to be filling out 3 more pages of sketches of animals that I took pictures of. For all the sketches in this video, I used the bullet nib end of Tombow brush markers. It's kind of like using felt tip markers or pens, and I have learned that I prefer sketching with pens and markers over pencils. I think it has something to do with the fact that every line is permanent, and that kind of teaches me to be less afraid of mistakes. It makes me more brave and experimental and less of a perfectionist. It makes me focus more on things like shape, line, shadows, rather than making a perfect illustration. And yeah, I kind of focus more on the entirety of whatever I'm drawing rather than like getting too hyper focused on one little detail, making it look perfect, and then hating for the whole drawing for having this one little thing not turn out perfect. So yeah, I mean, when I first started up at university, they encouraged sketching with like other materials rather than just pencils, so that you don't have the opportunity to like erase your mistakes. You kind of just have to live with them, and then it teaches you to not be afraid of making like imperfect art. That really did stick with me, and ever since I started with that, I think it has improved my sketching and my art in general, and I really enjoy it as well. And I also just love the pop of color in my pages instead of just having like standard graphite everywhere. So yeah, I really do value this tip, and if you take anything from this video, I would take that. So for this first page, I am drawing a gorilla, a monkey. I don't know what kind it is. There were a ton of different monkeys at the zoo, but I can't remember what exactly this type is. And then there was a sleeping kangaroo. I have little to no experience with animals. I have pretty much been drawing like people and characters my entire life. Kind of dabbled in a little bit of landscape. Like I've drawn, I like drawing like waterscapes and then like night skies and stuff like that. But animals has always been that one thing that's like really intimidating for me. I've drawn a handful of birds and I guess fish, maybe a cat or two. But I definitely prefer like 2-legged animals or like reptiles or fish or something over 4-legged animals, because they just intimidate me so much, especially things like dogs and cats and horses, just things with like something about like the leg anatomy I think really throws me off. And then I think the faces are really difficult as well. But that's why I was very grateful to have this opportunity to go to the zoo and actually draw, like to actually be forced to draw animals for once, because I do want to step out of my comfort zone, and this is something that I've wanted to improve on for a long time, and now I have the chance to. So on my next page, I drew a hairy pig. I'm not sure what the actual term for this pig is. I'm sure there's like an actual name for this type of pig, but there was a hairy pig, and I thought it was cute, so I drew it. I drew a parrot, a zebra, and honestly, no clue. I'll show a picture of my reference on screen now. If someone can figure out what exactly this creature is, let me know, because I don't know. Obviously some kind of reptile, but I have no clue what it is. I just took a bunch of pictures of different things from the zoo that I wanted to draw later, and this is one of them, so I don't know what it is, but if anyone is able to figure that out, let me know in the comments. And yeah, it was a very nice trip. I found it surprising that the animals were actually out and visible. I feel like every time I've been to a zoo, like growing up, the most exciting things, like the things that you want to see the most, like the lions and tigers and bears and stuff, when you go to their like enclosures, I feel like you never find them, There'll always be like one tiger in there, and they'll be hiding or sleeping or just not there the entire time you're there. That's always been my experience. I haven't been to very many zoos in my lifetime, but I feel like that was always my experience. But everything was actually out, and I got to saw the tigers, I got to see the lions. I was really surprising. The only thing I didn't see was the otters, so I don't know why. I would have loved to see the otters as well. That's a shame, but yeah, pretty successful trip. I got to see all the animals that I assumed I wouldn't get to see, because they're normally always like hiding or something. My favorite were definitely the penguins. Yeah, they're just so cute. I do love penguins. Onto the projects that I've been working on lately. I've been doing uni work. I actually did record a little bit of it, so maybe that could be a future video. I have started on a Halloween drawing, and I'm gonna try my absolute best to have this out on Halloween this year. I have not done a Halloween drawing in a couple years. I never get around to it. Like, it's normally like a quite busy time for me around school and stuff, and then obviously these past few years I haven't actually been drawing all too much, but I've really been in the Halloween mood, and I'm back into art and posting and social media again. So I am determined to get this piece done. I sat and I sketched it all last night, and I will do my absolute best to have this done and have the video out on Thursday. And otherwise, I'm hoping to get more Inktober work done. And I have started on Monster High portraits, haven't had time to work on them since I started on them. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.